I used Google Slides to create my problems because I wanted to put in a cute background and it was easy to work in, but you can create your problems wherever you want to, or your puzzle wherever you want to. Then I took a screenshot of just two problems at a time. But if you're in Google Slides, you can just download a PNG if you want to download the whole slide all at one time. But because I was trying to just use two problems at a time, I did a screenshot. Then I went to Jigsaw Planet, and in the upper middle is the create button. So I hit create, then I chose my file, and then you can bring in your screenshot or your downloaded PNG or your image, whatever you're using for your puzzle pieces, and then open, choose the amount of pieces you want, choose the style of the pieces, and then create. And in the lower left corner, if you go to the three dots, you can click on settings and you can choose a background there. And I chose bright fluorescent green because it was the best way that I could remove the background without removing any of my black writing or text. If I was using another background color when I was trying to remove the background, some of my text would disappear right within the problem. So the bright green seemed to work very well. And then I just separate the pieces so that when I bring the puzzle into Classkick, I can draw a nice clean box around the puzzle pieces. So I just need to make sure that I arrange them so that I can get a nice clean box drawn around each piece, a nice clean window drawn around each piece. And then I just took another screenshot of those separated puzzle pieces. And that is now ready to get the background removed. I'm on a Mac, so I can remove the background with something called Instant Alpha. If I just double click and open my screenshot, my default program that opens a screenshot is Preview. Click on the markup pen tool and then the Instant Alpha magic wand looking icon. And then you click, hold, and drag, and your background is removed. And the bright green worked really well. All of my text is intact, and those puzzle pieces look good. You can also use LunaPick or remove BG if that's what you're used to for removing backgrounds. But because I'm on a Mac, Preview is convenient for me. And then I'm just going to go ahead and save and close this. And then we're going to go into Classkick. So while I'm in Classkick now, in just a random assignment right here, I am going to click on the manipulative icon to add my manipulatives in. And it's the two squares, one's filled in and one's not. So click on that and then you select the file. And I'm going to choose my puzzle pieces with the background removed. And then I'm going to start dragging and selecting a window around each piece. Now, because I removed the background of the screenshot, then when I bring them into Classkick, they will maintain the transparent background as well. Now, I did forget to do something, so I'm just going to go back into Preview. These are pretty big puzzle pieces, so I'm going to decrease this by 50%. It was just a trial and error. I think 50%, the size that it is, will work well. And then I'll just save this and close it. So if your pieces are gigantic, just shrink your image a little bit, and then we'll try this one more time. So I'll select my file, my image that I just shrank down, and then we'll start dragging around each piece. So I drag a window around my first piece, try to keep track of where you're at, and then next, and then next, and then add another from the very same file. and I'll drag the next piece. Keep track of where you're at. Next, add another. Then the next piece. And next, add another. And I already lost track of where I was at. And that's okay, because if you lose track, you can see where you have doubles and delete any doubles. And I'll just keep going. And I'm sure there's other ways that you can do this. This is just my workflow. If you find a better one, then use it. And I lost track again, but when I was doing this for my class, I really made sure I kept track of where I was at. All right, so let's say I have all of the puzzle pieces I wanted to add. You can scroll through to see if you accidentally did any doubles. You can count them to make sure you have all your pieces. I'm not even sure if I missed one, but let's say I have all my pieces and no doubles. To delete, because there's a little delete icon on the right hand side. If you did a puzzle piece twice, then you just click on finish, and it's going to pop in all of your manipulatives. These might be maybe a little large for me still, but you can give it a test run and see how it fits on the screen. And if it is a little bit too big, then I would just go back into my file and shrink it down a little bit more. And then once I make sure all my puzzle pieces are in and I didn't miss anything, then I kind of just make sure I drag them around so that, you know, the corners are in opposite directions of where they would be, just to give them a little bit of a challenge. And I only did 12 pieces here, but if you really want to make it interesting, you can make many, many more pieces than that. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll do another video if needed.